Katanat Divisional Soil and Water Conservation Officer Jwai, Territorial Division Jwai, haringkat kajingat trilang ke kurb suk po kat ar warnai. Haka kat kendai trik jeliu, kila rakhi ke World Environment Day halwar kapang, inspired by nature, for climate, for our future. Ya kajingalang la penlong ha District Library Auditorium Mentong Jwai, ha kajingdon lang u Director ka Soil and Water Conservation Meghalaya Shillong, Ba El Shabong. Uba El Shabong kum ukong san, ula keren halor kajingdon kam kirki ban penne pensa ya ka Ula penpau ru ba ka jylla Meghalaya, ka yo ya ka kabala antat hadu 100.4 billion cubic meter man lau senam. Henry kat kum ka kaipot ka Dynamic Groundwater Resources Assessment, kalong tang iway point 1 billion cubic meters ka kadan hapok kendo. Ulak do ru bahado 5% ka ka jano ha kadur jong ka jenhaw, kat ba ka jingbuan ka basa kala syutut no syasla kendo, klem yo lat ban ngam syapok kendo, namar bagi saudong saukun jong ka mariang, kilalong ki baselen, bat bamla asyo ban bat ya ka Ula kot ru ikipat ba benesim benta syutham hai kajing persyang ban penek pensa ya ka bat kajing penek pensa ya ka mariang.
Kajing khen kai to ini kamtam gane de se gani ki para sama ibade ni college school. Kajing khen kai to ini bagi non ka state ka bayo duna ya ka 63.2 billion cubic meters of water. 63.2 billion cubic meters of water. 1 meter cube per mile, they don't cut for 1,000 liters. How many lakhs and million liters? The potentiality is only 63.2 billion cubic meters of water. The report about the Central Groundwater Board dan menunjukkan the dynamic groundwater resources data. Kaito ini by only 1.86 billion cubic meters New and stored underground. The rest canopy 63.2 minus now 1.86. All just flow as a surface runoff. Of course, we don't get the evapotranspiration loss very high for state domain. Kuma like 4% kaju jano agadur jo gajan how. Rest today kabashutut aga surface. But pisuto pala kat kane ko umba katoi nidan shibon ka jingdo nam ka khndo ka sbo ka do no pa khamtam ne le ni I bakalong ka jingdo yengi namar bole kam yo egala pannam shabo khndo namar makini ki marian kini ki saudong saukun ki badan saudong jongi kilalong ki Syllad ki bamla asho banbat ki ko 63.2 billion cubic meters of water. Only 1.86 billion cubic meters of water collect support. Perkhat mapi, rest ka syutut kung sound. Syafri support kitam bangla, syafri jong dariasan. Nanong ipi kini ki rewarang ba ibadan health support. Kani ka wake up call. Initiative ka pangilay kren bani ba Taiwan kalong. How do we capture? Kung nung hilapang ba ko Kenang ba itu ki umpohliew bijongi ki balong kiba besai ka jinim bijongi tin long sustainable kadon ga report ka ba lale ka state jongi ni estimate la kunung no ka devandon hapo lade very close to 1 lakh numbers of spring soil but haga survey bala de badle hado unta 55,000 plus Nagini ki umpohliew la depan survey ki bala Shabong more than 50% kila reduce the discharge dan la penjun kila ki bala totally dried up kadao kalong naman kadon two-way responsibility kawai kadon the impact of climate change pra kini ki pra sama ki badan ang report na try to ha siya climate change Uslap hari kasih jantia bagi dewenyo right from May till October. Ke Syllad lagu we are anticipating bagi dewenyo line meter depth of water. Village Hatam report ni even yo no 1.5 meter depth of water. Ka Jawai la uno ki data ipini ba between 1.8 to almost 1.9 meter depth of water. But she has a nice millimeter of water at the peak season. Just in 2024, ni ka yo at Portland ko ba 400 millimeter of rainfall. Nayakran ya ka Sora, Nayakran ya Mausenra, Nayakran ya Almaram, Nayakran ya Area. Kini more than 10 meter of rainfall amount annually. 10 meter. Kemalai mala ni sau mana kajing kencang jo gaye ni osla. No, it is a paradox. Bakata ka spa ka bengiyo. Ngilong pada kibag kasnong ka state ka bakadu Meghalaya ni ka water scarcity. Kamta makipor lean season ka Portland. Kalau ka paradox but the state like Andhra Pradesh kabiyo tam less than 1,000 millimeter of rain. The supply do high the state ka jomi. Kabiyo almost 3,000 millimeter of rain on an average. Kadai perlok kini kebedan hangni ki reurang ba kilong kami kilong pa ki prasamna ki badan ni report. Ngkwa ban pro ki ngkwa ban share ni namar bangidon kecikit kede. As a Department of Soil and Water Conservation, ni semua borong bahagi senam ki bala leto arajar nadu arajar khat sao terker under the National Aforestation Fund for Climate Change kilayo ye kata the project kaban rejuvenate ban penimpat iki umpohliew ye kabagani ka mapping exercise kabai ba Taiwan el peni kala de way the activities under the project ka jingmu ko jong ikolong nimam shwa ban le iki intervention iki catchment bagalong hapos nang hapot bagalong hapot nong kendong lani hapot sor kat mo liter per minute tapuni kene ko umpohliew. Let's say I 5 liters per minute. Kadang ko get classic example of it hand sora. Agabangilala ban enhance your discharge of the spring. Naga 5.1 liters per minute. Hado sunspot rapusaw liters per minute. Hakajuk ayon. Tang hadin license sosnem. Hadin balale iti intervention. Kibalong short term plan. Agaba bataywan mane loong. Yigitu ki recharge trenches. Kitliu kiba ka storage capacity jong ki kalong tak mo ba sunspot liter. Lari way kitliu iba just 1.2 meter in length, 0.45 meter width, and also 0.545 meter depth. Can store a room of 500 liters of water. Lari piti 6,000 kali 5 lakh liters one time nila man capture ko. Kata ka 5 lakh liters sa jaka to kan chuto chati support hem sarma hem rama. Ngiyo man recharge iki shallow aquifers bijongi but root iki deep aquifers at certain time. Ngasngo burong yak sarkar by just hakan ka stem arajar apusan ngelayo yak funding support daga Asian Development Bank nagabanta badleyo banchna iki small water harvesting structure given capture iko but had estimation bijongi kalong ba nginsna na kunugno ang duna yaki sunspa lifelikely ki water harvesting structure across the state hangno badan ki natural depression hitem a small barrier in impound yo but ni estimate na kunugno 15 million cubic meters of water in harvest kata ada thought process ko jongi kata ada jing angno ko jongi bangin pat ikin ko why should Andhra with just 1,000 millimeter of rain be able to export fish. Shikari jongi habangiyo almost 3 times, 4 times annual average rainfall. The jing kot kajonga had the boarding ekolong nidon yakaspa, but nishong halor kaspa. Somewhere it has been mismanaged. Nimshim na i kajing kodor kabaw blay nonggo nong tao na ayani. Kadon kami ni kibolong ki nong song sinong halaga paten ka pamantay banlay nagabanta ban pat yele ko midon sibon ki meru initiative ya kaba mata kasngin sali bantong ya gani gideng hamthi ko ka clown ya kaba ka korgal ai kajing tu golong ba itu kitleo itu ki recharge bits ke bangi ngiti kidei ki fastest way of recharging the aquifers kalau ba ai drip yo bro bapang mereka long term measures non lagi dia isi ding in se thong ye gideng but ngila introduce a way the specialized technique ke bangyo the Dr. Akira Miyawaki method of plantation ngasnong yak sarkar bagi senam arajar khanar kelas sponsor yang abangan le ban sai kai lai punai habar jo le technique thapo Yokohama University but alayo abandon hangto but alayo ban study in that again but the jinglet ke jonga satai abang 1.5 pachene alayo ban 1 ra again technique desi bila ban I ada reels ke jong siam bole cho umur kumdo bangi create yeki natural vegetation artificially ndeshu ko batung lai meter, 100 meter, mereka thong in 1 meter square. Sah ada suddenly di ceiling. Jैसे कि perlok di badan lagi department di badai nama tak social forestry betul. Tetap kila berkertas sih kata. Mereka ni tu ipi kini kira orang bah ki officer di badan lagi por kelang bah. Japan hadiah ke World War II 1945. Not even 1% of the total geographical area yang kita keri ke dalam ke forest. No, ada pun jumlah dari jeng Tyrkhong, jong Allied forces. Mereka mentang kategori more than 75% kadang hampa ki cloud tetap la rejuvenate, la revive ki cloud tetap dari proses kebangin saya yang menimtasmi.
QAD kibla ajing keren kilong uti war, Divisional Soil and Water Conservation Officer, Jawai Territorial Division. Udaloy ilaka Jawai Puraman Kinjing. Ubalong ru President Kur Sukpo Kat Arwarnai Jawai. Dr. H.H. Mo'arman, Divisional Soil and Water Conservation Officer, Plantation Crop Division Jawai, El Poktai, Nalor Kiwe. Hadian Gajingalang, ki officer, kid khot jong kur Sukpo bat kiwe, kilaya shimbenta hagajing thong ding, dakaba pendan kam ya Miyawaki method of Aforestation. Kapade kalinti kabapan stat ban penmi kloy ki klaw ki betam had jaka ka kursuk po khat ar warnai kabadan hamen thong juai